Well,
Okay.
hello. Hello?
Hello, can you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
me?
Okay.
Oh,
You didn't say
I was
anything.
waiting for you to talk. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, that's what I do. That is true. That's what I do a lot. Um, well, lovely Lisa is in Cabo. Well, gee whiz. And here I am in Hillsborough. So thank you guys all for coming and
Yes,
joining us.
yes,
It's been a
yes.
while. We try and do this twice a month, but we're here, we're there, we got stuff to do. So we definitely try and do it once a month to just kind of chat with you guys, have a conversation. And I think we're going to have a good one today.
It's been 2 months since we
Oh,
did
wait a
this.
minute, two? Wait a minute, what?
Two. It was August. We missed. We
Well,
missed
because it's September,
September.
I was on the motorcycle ride,
Yes,
you know.
yes. So 2 months. I can't
Oh my
believe that how
gosh.
fast that went.
No,
So
it flies. And two
crazy.
weeks later, I'm teaching, substitute teaching. There's pumpkin season. I almost have to take a day off, or I could almost be working 30 days in a row.
And we're going to
Excuse
get to
me.
all those
Yeah.
things in our segment today.
But I'm like, excuse me, I need a day. I need a day.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks to all our viewers who watch Facebook,
Yes.
YouTube,
Thank
all those
you.
that listen to the show on the favorite podcast apps such as Spotify, Pandora, Google, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and TikTok. We're now
There's
live
my date.
doing this together on TikTok. So, yay.
I
Thanks
know.
for all your wonderful questions and comments. And we really appreciate your support. And we also want to say thank you to Naveed, our producer, who
Yes.
we couldn't do
Yes.
this without him. So he's on as well. And thank you all for joining.
Oh, you know what? I should really turn on chat so I can see everyone. Oh my gosh, there we are. Rosemary from California here. And
Yes.
I'm going to try and get some questions from TikTok too. So if you guys
Yes.
happen to come,
I
if we
can see
happen
them
to
too.
see, okay, if we happen
Yes.
to see some questions, because we definitely want you to be a part of this because Lisa and I, we're the chatterbox.
Yes.
Chatterbox lady. Is that not a good title? Chatterbox ladies?
Oh,
No? Well, we
no.
like to chit chat.
Chit chat, coffee
Anyway,
chat. That's what we used to call it, coffee chat.
I know, but I like little big talk.
I do
We
too.
talk
I
about
do
little
too.
stuff, we talk about big stuff. I'm a
It's,
little person, you're a big person,
I
meaning
know.
every type.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of
Well,
big
oh,
too, but
we
that's
got
okay.
Trinidad here. Selma from
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Oh my gosh.
We have Eugene. We have North Carolina. I hope you are not, I hope you are somewhere safe in North Carolina because I'm feeling for you in the Asheville area and West Virginia too. Here's West
Well,
Virginia, Rancho Cordova. We have
and
California.
let's
Yeah.
just say right off, we really our thoughts and prayers go out to
Yeah.
everyone that's going through Hurricane Milton, which is the newest storm. And we are so sorry that everyone has to go through this. And the weather thing is no joke. It is
Yeah.
no joke. And things come and you have to deal with them. So our thoughts and prayers are with everybody out there.
Well,
Just wanted
especially
to,
some of the things we're hearing on the news, like North Carolina, that area of North Carolina.
well, it's
From the
mainly in
information, listen,
Florida.
obviously I know, but we're talking Helene first.
Oh, Helene first. Okay,
And
got it.
so they haven't had really that kind of flood in over 100 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally unprepared. Now we have Milton coming through, hitting the Sarasota, Tampa area, going through
Mhm.
right through the middle.
Right to the middle.
I think the heart of it just missed Orlando, but it was impacted.
Mhm.
And
Daytona Beach.
yeah. And so I've got family there. I have a nephew. I have my aunt. So I called and texted I didn't call. I texted my cousin and say, okay, how's Aunt Joan doing? Like, is she okay?
Oh, Aunt Joan,
Because she
yes.
just lives outside of Orlando, like Kissimmee or somewhere in there. Anyway, and then I have a nephew that lives in Port St. Lucie and his wife. And I'm like, are you guys okay? And then I have friends who live in the like Tampa area, kind of. They live
Who
a
are you
little
seeing?
they live a little inland, but
Kathy?
no, but they
Oh,
left and went to my friends. I didn't want to say names.
oh,
They
got it.
and to my friends just a little outside of Orlando. Because even though Orlando's going to be hit, it wasn't going to be having the impact as the Gulf
Hmm.
was going to have.
Right, right.
Guys,
Yeah.
my
So,
goodness. Yeah,
whew,
I can't imagine like losing everything like that. You know, it's a tough
it's
one.
tough, tough
So
one.
we say our thoughts and prayers, and I know there's a lot of people online, social media at times like this. Oh, what are your prayers going to do? What is this going to do? Well, in my opinion, prayers do a lot. They do a
Hmm.
lot. But if you're able to give only to those recognized, um,
Organizations.
yeah, recognizable, but not only recognizable, but vetted out, kind of organizations,
Yeah.
such as the Red Cross, maybe a local one that because I never want to forget the local ones, charities to give and help. I remember when we took a trip down to Florida, or no, New Orleans, like a couple of years
Nolans.
after Katrina, and we helped out Habitat for Humanity, loved it. But I said, but I also want to help out a local organization that doesn't get the recognition. And I think smaller organizations make an impact too because they will be there longer. Habitat for Humanity, Red Cross, and Salvation Army, all of those, they handled the big impact and they're there for a while, but they have to go and help other parts of the country. But your
Hmm.
smaller organizations stay there. They're part of the community 365 days of the year. So I'm always a fan. If you
Yes.
can,
Yes.
give.
Well, look at this.
Oh,
The
look at
storm
this.
went
Yeah.
through, and I have friends all over, and it didn't cause the damage they thought. I
Well, that's
feel
a
sorry.
hallelujah.
So, you know what? Prayers do work.
Yeah.
We can agree to that for
But
sure.
she also said, I feel sorry for those that were truly impacted and they lost everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I
So,
think prayer work. That's what we can do from afar. But if you're
mhm.
from afar and you have something to give financially, give to those reputable, not recognizable, that's the word I
Yeah.
wanted, reputable organizations. So,
Got it. Yeah. All
yeah.
right. Well, I want to say hi to Shelly Gao. She's your friend,
Oh, yeah.
Shelly. She
Shelly,
said
hi.
she's on. So, hi, Shelly. We wanted
Hi,
to say
Shelly.
hi. Looks like Indian Rocks Beach is here. Someone from Florida said they were spared on TikTok. Um, so, yeah, thankfully we're good. So,
Well,
let's do.
someone said Samaritan's Purse too, and they're a good organization too. So, because I
Mm,
definitely don't want to forget about the faith-based organizations either. So,
yes,
anyway, it's a
awesome.
tough one.
Yep. Yeah.
So, on
So,
to a moment of
some more shout outs.
fun stuff, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Harry Sonic from New York City.
We
And
got a Brooke Ben Prather from Ohio. Boy, that's a mouthful.
I,
California. Oh, yes,
yes,
Samaritan Purse. Yeah,
I
Shelley
love it.
Gow
Proud.
said hello. Oh, Romeo, Michigan. Kentucky, I love you too.
Brenda. Hi, Brenda from Kentucky. Yes. Kansas City, Missouri. Helen.
Have you ever heard of Lopez Island, Washington? I have
No.
never heard of that. Well, thank you. Thank
Where
you
is
for being a
that?
part of this.
Oh, wow.
Let's
Debbie
see.
Carter Smith said she saw you last Sunday. So interesting. Well, let's go
At the
through.
farm. They saw me at the farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Westwood,
Well,
California, Washington State. I think we had Brentwood or something.
so we're in full swing with fall. We
Boise,
have a lot of
Idaho.
info to cover today and a fun
Okay.
announcement. We are going to make this a light Q&A and answer as many questions as we can fit into our program. And we want to hear from you. So this is great right now. Everyone's saying where they're from, but as we're talking on subjects, we'd love to hear what you have to say, and we'll try to get to as
Or a
many
question. If
people.
you have a question or a thought that
Question.
we can comment on.
We do have a lot of people on the live, so we're trying to, get as many in as we can. So I just wanted to say, be patient.
Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
It's on my
And then
bucket list.
be ready at the end of the show. We're going to have
Oh,
a
no.
lucky winner to receive Amy's cookbook, Eat, Love, Gather, which is now being sold on Amazon. And
Oh,
for
yeah.
today's contest, you're going to wait for the code at the end. And this is the QR code. If you want to just purchase the book, it's out there now. That's the QR
Can
code.
TikTok do that too, or TikTok? Can TikTok do that too?
Do what? Buy the book on Amazon?
Well, because I
Sure.
don't see the code on TikTok.
Oh, because we're on Restream. So we are on Restream for Facebook,
Oh,
Instagram, YouTube. It's all under one platform. And that's why we
okay.
have Naveed, our producer, helping us. But on TikTok, we're still at a point we have to do it separately. So you
So
just have to go to
TikTok, wait for the
Amazon.
code, and you can be a part of this too.
Yes. Okay. And exciting news, we're creating a new cookbook and we're going to launch it for the holidays. And we appreciated all of you helping us pick the cover.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Naveed might have a first look of what that cover looks like on. Oh, yeah, you've got it right there. Look at that.
I have it right here. See,
So that'll be coming out for holidays. But right
second
now,
volume.
second volume, because everything's so yummy.
Can I share one thing that you know what? I looked at this cookbook, you guys, and I thought, oh my gosh, I did that recipe. I forgot about that. So the one recipe that I really would like, because we're into fall, we're talking autumn. I know we're going to get to this later, but the one
There it
recipe
is.
that I love, because there's a lot of soup recipes in here, which I am thrilled about. And
That's the
that
new
is,
cookbook coming out.
no, wait a minute. Yeah, this is the new one coming out.
Hi, Daisy.
This is the chicken pumpkin curry soup.
Yum.
I remembered it. It tasted lovely. So anyway, we'll get to
Oh,
that later.
yummy, yummy. Yes. So just wait till the end for the code, and one lucky winner will win the cookbook that we currently have out on
Yep.
Amazon. And we'll go from
And it's
there. We'll
available
just
for
keep you
anybody right
updated.
now. So
Yeah. Yep. Just go to Amazon, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. Well, Amy, you'd
yes,
mentioned you're in Hillsboro and I'm in Cabo San Lucas.
I know. Are you missing fall?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're so weird.
It's 80 to 85 every day, sunny.
I
No.
miss fall.
Too
I would miss
cold.
it.
We had 2 days of kind of some rain and fall weather before we left to come here, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, I'm over it." I had 2 days, that's fine. I'm over it.
Yeah, but
So
it's been sunny ever since. And as I walk Daisy, in the neighborhood, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a kid. Can someone just, pile up all these leaves? Can I just run through it and fall in it? As the leaves are all, kind of covering the sidewalk, some of them, because there's trees that drop their leaves earlier than others. And so I'm just shuffling my feet through them. And I'm like, this is so fun. I just miss this. I bought apple cider from the farmer's market. I bought apples because I felt like making applesauce, homemade applesauce. I thought, how fun. And then I was reminded of a recipe that I thought, okay, maybe I don't want a full-fledged pie. But people, what about the apple pie bars? You just want a little piece. You don't want the whole pie. No, fall. Okay, survey. Who likes fall and who does not? I want to know.
well, I didn't say I don't like it. I just like warmer weather. How's that? I do
But you
like
can't have warmer weather and fall at the same time.
I know. Well, I can still make a pumpkin latte here at home.
That's not fall.
Well, let's
No,
get
I'm
into
just
this.
teasing you. I'm just
I
teasing
know,
you.
I know, I know. But so you're having some
See, so
fun.
many people on TikTok say they love fall.
Yeah, but not the cold. I'm seeing that
And if
too.
I
Love
want
fall, but
winter
not the
and
cold.
lots of snow. Victor, I'm with you. If you're going to
Okay.
be winter, let's have some snow.
I love the fall colors and the whole Shazam. I
Look
like
at
that. Thanks,
everyone.
Emily.
They love fall. Oh yeah, the colors in the whole Shazam. Yep.
Oh,
I love
Shelley's a summer. Yes,
See, I love
Shelley.
sweaters. I love that cool enough temperature without being winter, but you feel snug. Chris and I, it was getting like cold in the evening. Fall, the one thing you have here in the Pacific Northwest, you have a range of temperature. Oh, we got so excited because we could put on our fireplace. We're like, ooh, this is cozy.
That is cozy. Having the fireplace is cozy.
See,
Yes, that is
I
true.
want to
That is
make you
true.
miss fall. That's what I get.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I
But
know. But
anyway,
still, yeah,
I love
jeans and
fall.
sweatshirts. That is true. Jeans and sweatshirts. But then I
Yeah.
feel thick, like heavy. I like having less clothes on. I think the older I get, less clothes. I don't know. I feel claustrophobic in too many clothes.
Oh, that's just you saying that, Cabo, because I live here. Cabo's where I'm staying. Cabo's where I'm going to hang out for a long, long
No,
time.
I'll be back for Thanksgiving and the holidays. So yes,
Oh,
we
well,
just come
thank
down.
you.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We should give
Oh,
a shout out. What's today? Thursday. In case Deb is
yes.
watching. Hi, Deb, our friend Deb.
Hi Deb. Hi Deb.
If my friend Ellen is watching, hello. Thank you for that. Who else?
Yes.
Who else could be watching? I can't remember.
I'm going to say hi to Jen on here because she said less clothes. Absolutely. Thanks, Jen.
Well, see, to me, I'm not a fan of less clothing because I'm afraid what I look like in less clothing.
Oh, please.
That's why I don't exactly like less clothing.
Yeah. If we
know.
go shopping and you find everything you want, you look fabulous. So don't
No,
even
I
go there.
don't. I tell you,
Mhm.
it's like, it's hard
You
to get
do.
motivated. I'm eating so much less, and I'm like, okay, the scale isn't changing. I walk Daisy every day, probably about a mile every day at least. And I'm like, okay, I eat half the lunch I did before. What else? I don't know.
I don't know.
Crazy.
Probably a little of this. Cut
No,
back a
I
little of
even
this.
don't do much of that because
Really?
no, I mean, I don't, if I'm
Well,
substitute teaching, I don't do any of that during the week. No, 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 no.
well, that's good.
I
That's
may
good for the
have,
parents out there that are listening.
oh,
Good
yeah.
job, Amy.
Well, not only that, it's just not good. I mean, because it tires you out quicker. It's not
No,
good.
you have to have lots of energy for your kid for
Yes.
doing what you do.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care
Well,
if you're
let's
doing
talk about
kindergarten or 6th grade. Oh, wait a
let's
minute.
talk
Oh,
about what you're
I'm
doing.
4, 8, and 121s. Well, Love Bug 53, you must be looking good.
Hmm.
Because I'm not
Very
saying
good.
what I am.
Oh, please. Oh, so talk to us about what you're doing right now. So this is October. This is
Yeah.
pumpkin season at Roloff
Oh,
Farms.
yeah.
You're that one of your the hat you're wearing now is one of the costumes that you wear when you go, and you're still there every weekend now, right? For the month
Yeah,
of
no,
October.
Chris and I, Matt, decided, months ago to do pumpkin season this year. The older he gets, we don't know from year to year, but I have to remind him if he does decide to quit pumpkin season and maybe in a couple of years do it again, I'm like, no. The minute you quit,
You're
you are
done.
not going to do this again. So if you decide to not do it again, get it in your brain that you won't be doing it again. Anyway, so yeah, Chris and I are at pumpkin season. Chris helps out in Westertown, but the majority of the time he does our wagon rides.
Oh,
And so he
oh,
talks a little bit to everyone. So it's really kind of fun. He enjoys meeting everyone in that kind of capacity.
yeah, he does a great job. I rode with
Oh, he
him
does.
last year.
Yeah.
Last year, I think we went.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
very
so I
fun.
always ask people from the ride, okay, what didn't they tell you? Not just Chris, but what did they tell you? Ask me questions. Anyway, so I'm there. I dress up um, in a different costume, and one of them, I was a scarecrow.
It's so cute.
And so I do that. I walk around the whole farm a lot, just talking to people, meeting people, just making sure everything's okay and stuff like that, because our farm is open to the public. And when you have the public come, you just always have to make sure things are going okay. And so I've been meeting so many people.
Are
People
any of your
choose this.
students?
Oh, I
Someone just
did. A couple
asked.
of my students.
That's
Um,
great.
Families were there. I was so, so excited. A couple of people from the church I go to came. And so that's kind of always fun because it's not like I go up at church and like, okay, come to my pumpkin patch.
Right,
And,
right.
it's not always at school that I say, okay, come to the pumpkin patch. I just don't think that is really kind of the place to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but a lot of people recognize me because they've come before, and here I am popping up in their class. So, but anyway,
That's
we've
cool.
lucked out on some good weather. So anyone out there in the surrounding area, Portland, Washington, Idaho, California, that is the majority. But I tell you, we have people all over the country, sometimes out of the country, that
Oh,
come to
bucket
our
list.
pumpkin patch.
Yeah. So
So,
Sarah said she'll be there a
oh,
week from this Sunday. I wonder, Sarah, are you local or are you coming from somewhere else? Let's
I'll
see what
be
she
there. Chris
said.
and I will be there.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
And a lot of people ask me, well, what costume are you going to wear? Tell you the truth, I really don't know. It
Oh,
depends on the weather. It
surprise.
depends on the mood. Like um, this weekend, it's supposed to be kind of nice. We're supposed to be in the 70s, but
Oh,
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's supposed to take like a little dive into the mid 60s, which is fine. So I'm going to pick those costumes that I don't necessarily need to like be really
wrap
warm
up.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
Jack, you will see us Sunday.
All
We will
right.
be
Very
there.
cool, Jack. Very
So
cool.
yeah, so that's fun.
Beautiful kiss, Brazil from Adriana. Very cool.
Oh, JK, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
No,
Loves
no,
fall and
no, no, no,
winter.
no, 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 no.
Yes, yes. Oh, hello from Lake George. For a minute, I thought it said Lake Oswego. Lake George, Brazil.
Oh, here's a good question. Have you subbed at any of your grandkids' schools? I think you have, haven't you?
Yes, just Embers. I've substituted. She's homeschool, but 2 days a week she goes to a homeschool co-op type of thing, and so yeah, I've helped out. I haven't subbed. I've helped out. So I've really have enjoyed that. In fact, I got to go on there and see what they need. So yeah.
So I'm going to say a shout out here to
Oh,
Richard Stark. He's on and he said,
Rich.
snow, no, because
Yes.
he's in the East Coast.
Oh well,
Ugh,
he's in New
it
York.
gets real cold there.
He's
Real
in New
cold.
York.
Yes. Good to see you on here. Thank you.
The other thing, I saw a question here. Someone asked about the pumpkin salsa, and no, we don't have the pumpkin salsa at the farm anymore. After COVID, some communication, and then our co-packer, raised the price and stuff. It just didn't click as easy as
Mm.
it has in the past. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to make the salsa, give you guys the recipe. So look for it sometime after pumpkin season. So I hope
Oh,
to have
that's
that all
nice.
done in November. So you guys can actually make our pumpkin salsa at your house. If you
Sweet.
want it a little more spicy, add a little more spice. If you want
Yum.
it
I love the
less,
pumpkin one. The pumpkin one's awesome.
well,
They're
they're all pumpkin.
all three. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
all
One is green, verde.
no, but it still has pumpkin in it.
Oh, each one of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Pumpkin peach,
I
pumpkin
forgot
berry.
it's been a while.
I'm not going to do pumpkin corn because I got to work on that recipe a little bit. I think I want to switch it up, but I will give you the pumpkin peach and the pumpkin verde. So
Okay, exciting.
yeah,
So, Jack's also asking, will any of the kids be coming to the farm this weekend?
I don't know if they will be coming at all because they're older kids. My older grandkids are in soccer or some sporting event, so that
Mm,
is their weekend, and they may come maybe the last weekend. I have no idea. But, to me, that's all okay. That's okay because I remember that season of life. I was
mhm.
lucky enough to
Busy.
raise my kids on a farm so we could either plant our own pumpkins and stuff. The only time my kids went to a pumpkin patch was their class because they went to a
Oh,
private school. So one of their field trips was going to a pumpkin patch. But other than that, they were like, we lived on a farm, so we grew our own. So,
yeah.
um, So my kids, they all have acreage and stuff. So
They're kind of doing their own
sometimes
thing.
it's like too busy for them. It's
Yeah.
too much, with everyone else coming and stuff. Someone said
Well,
hello from Michigan. Hello, Michigan and Louisiana. Who lives in
yeah.
the big house on the farm now? Well, currently, I don't know exactly because, I'm out of that whole thing. I think someone is renting it right now. And so um, I'm sure Chris, oh my gosh, that was a slip of the tongue. I'm sure Matt will be putting up the farmhouse at some point in
Oops.
time. So, yeah.
Oops. So
Well,
right now, though,
someone just asked, you and Chris were looking for a new house. Are you still looking? We are still looking. There's a couple of pieces that I don't know if we don't look at them soon, um, they could go away.
you have to
Oh,
jump on it fast.
there's a picture of Chris and I. See, we're at the farm. This is my hat that I'm wearing. I was Little Miss Scarecrow. He was the cowboy. He's my handsome cowboy. Look at him. Isn't he
Does he
handsome?
change outfits or is he the cowboy
Oh, he's
every
always
time?
a cowboy. He may
Yeah,
just
I
change
remember.
flannel shirts.
Yes. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
But
the,
he's the cowboy.
and then the first day I was a cheerleader because I'm like, we got to do a rah-rah. We got to get the season, kick off the season.
Sweet. Look at how good you look. Man, your hair so cute there. I love it.
No, I need to go see Trent.
Yeah. He's the
Okay, you
best.
guys. This is kind of what happens when you get older and you get too busy and
What?
you think you did something, but you really didn't.
What? What
So
did you
I thought
not
I put my
do?
hair appointment in my calendar. I ended
Oh
up teaching
no.
that day, substituting
Oh.
that day. I
Oh.
forgot to call Trent. They're calling me at like 10:15, and I'm like,
And he's
I
like
think I
booked
got
out
it.
for 3 months.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh
I called
no.
up and I said, and the class is like, your phone's ringing.
Oh no. It's your
And
stylist.
I'm
Your
like, oh
stylist is
dear.
on the phone.
So I just had to take it for a moment. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm substitute teaching right now. I forgot to let you guys know. I'll call you back. She goes, oh, no,
Wow.
no, that's okay. I said, no, my apologies. It was, and then I, hung up, said goodbye because, someone said
Oh
hello from
dear.
Beaverton, Oregon. Betty, hi.
Betty Chestnut.
Um, I felt so bad, so horrible because, it's like it wasn't intentional. I just spaced out. But we also have to remember when things like that happen, we do have to apologize. We do have to acknowledge that it was our fault because we inconvenience other people. And I think sometimes, I think substitute teaching has got me into this. But sometimes it's like, do not take it nonchalant. Don't ever
Mhm.
think that it doesn't matter. It does matter. So I felt so horrible. Oh my gosh, I felt so
Well,
horrible.
so share with people like what you need to do to get a substitute job. It's like the lottery. It pops up on your
It is,
phone
but you know what? It
and
is
you have to take
different.
it right away.
It is different for every school district. Hillsborough School District, how they do their substitute teaching is different from Beaverton or if near Banks or Portland. And we're going through a company, a business that does it all over the country, but not every school district does it the same. I chose only to do Hillsborough because I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to get up and leave my house by 6:30 to get to another school district
Yes.
by 7:30 because of traffic and all of that stuff.
Right,
Because it's in
right.
Portland, it's in Beaverton, South Beaverton, or something like that. So I chose to do it just in my school district, which is Hillsborough. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a
But yeah,
lot to
so I keep my phone on all day
yeah,
because you've
you
got to
have to.
grab these positions because sometimes everyone's doing it. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, it's not like, "Oh, next week I'm gonna sub for this class." Oh, it's last
Yeah.
minute because teachers call out and then it's like, "This job is available right now. Click it
Yeah.
now to get it."
I
Or
know.
yeah,
And sometimes I don't
I've
have
been with
time to
you.
look at my calendar. Oh my lord. Well, Lisa, it's like you. You're so busy with your own business too. It's like it is
Yeah,
like juggling,
it is
juggling
juggling.
balls.
It is. It is. But you know what? I've really learned to make time. I started slipping about a week ago, but I'm back on it to make time every morning that I am doing some physical exercise. And I
Hmm.
book out for that and I do it because if I don't, I slip right back into that old routine and
Hmm.
not, go back. And I just physically feel better, even stress wise, if I have a walk,
Hmm.
30-minute walk in the morning before I start my day. I just have to do it. Have to
See,
do
to
it.
me, I can't do it and get up earlier to do that because I'm like, okay, my body needs to like wake up and it takes a little bit.
Well,
So
I
the thing
used to
I like
be.
to do is that I love coming home. Yes, I'm walking down the hallways, I'm up and down stairs or whatever. I rarely ever sit when I'm a substitute teacher. I'm always walking around the classroom, but that's not really like physical.
Yeah,
So
but
what
you're
I
walking around. You're still more physically active than just sitting at a desk on your computer. So
That
you
is
do have
true.
some. Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
I love to do is when I come home, I'm like, okay, I'm so exhausted. Just give me a half hour just to just bring it on down. And then I'll get up and because I'm like, well, Daisy's been in the house all day. So I say, okay, Daisy. And I think I showed a video on my story. She like um um she gets all hyper. And so Daisy, I will say this. My dog, I love Daisy. I love my rescue dog. And she is
She's
kind of my
beautiful.
motivating factor that I at least walk a mile almost every day unless it's pouring rain. Because who wants a wet
Yeah. See, you're doing
dog,
that. That's awesome.
you know? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we have a thank you so much for being a substitute teacher. I am a special education part teacher and or
Pre-K
pre-K.
teacher.
Sorry, it's small. I need my glasses, and even though I have contacts in, and cherish
Yeah, substitute
substitute teachers.
teachers.
Thank you so much. That was Karen, right? Karen, thank you for that comment.
Yeah, well, here's Annette that mentioned something like that. Are both teachers in North Carolina? And I've heard how tough it is to find subs. That's what I find too. I think it really depends on the area and where you live or what district you're in because the one thing I have found, like at least the district that I'm in,
Hmm.
I get it. A lot of teachers have found their subs and they're the first to call those individuals. And if they're not available, then they'll list it or something. Oh, it is kind of exhausting and physical sometimes, especially in today's day. It really is. Yes, it really is.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
I don't know. I mean, I've just always, especially the elementary age, because kids know a lot nowadays. With social
Yeah,
media and the access to the
oh,
computer and Google, they know a lot.
a lot.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it is a whole different program nowadays. Oh, thank you for our Tori.
Tori, that's
Tori.
why I put there. Hi, Tori.
Hi, Tori. She, you guys, this woman, she's come out to the farm multiple times early on when we were first doing the show. My kids have gone out to see her, my boys at least, when they were, doing road trips or something like that. She has
Yes.
become a really good friend, even though we're distant, because she lives in Idaho. And so, even
Oh,
though we're
she moved?
distant, yeah. Oh no, she's moved several
Oh.
times.
Oh,
But
she's
they're
in
in Idaho
Idaho.
now. Her 2 boys are near her, so she sees her grandkids. But anyway, wonderful family, wonderful woman.
Yes.
She's become a really good friend.
And she was
So,
also an awesome donor for our charity foundation.
yes.
So, yes,
Yes.
Tori, good to see you.
And her and her
All
husband,
right.
Jimmy, came out to my wedding, and so love you, girl.
Yes, we do.
You sub all elementary
Sure.
grade.
All
Yes, I know. See, my fingers are short. There you go.
right. Do you sub all elementary grades?
Yeah, I substitute K through 6. In fact, today I just got done subbing for a 5th grade class.
Very cool. Okay. Oh, so
Oh,
here's
look
one
at
from
this. Yeah. What is that?
what?
What other careers do you both have other than being live from
Let's see.
Arizona?
How many do we have?
Diana?
Okay. Amy, reality TV. She's been a
Well,
coach,
yeah.
also a substitute
Well, I was an
teacher.
admin for the soccer club. I substitute teach now, but obviously I did a reality show for a long time, so that didn't allow for me to do anything else. But I don't like to say, no, I shouldn't say this. Being an at-home mom is a job, but it's a job that you absolutely chose to do and decided to do. Oh, someone said fire up chips. Lori,
Yes.
yes, love you.
So, Amy, you've had
Anyway,
lots of different jobs. You've
yeah,
grown into different
yeah.
positions over the years. You started as stay at home, but then
And
you
a
grew
charity
into
foundation. You
charity
were a part of
foundation.
that. We
So
do
we
Amy
started
Roloff's kitchen. We're
Little
trying to keep,
Kitchen.
that going for y'all. And I
Yeah.
thank you all for your support and the cooking videos and, purchasing the cookbook on Amazon. So I really appreciate you
Hmm.
guys all for doing that.
Yep.
So,
And I also own an insurance agency. So health insurance is our time of year, open
and
enrollment,
Amazon routes.
and Amazon
Yep.
delivery service partner. So yeah, we've got a lot. And Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. So we've got a lot of things, a lot of hats. This is one of many hats.
But I will say this to this question, Lori or Diana. My charity and Amy Roloff's kitchen, I would not have, like a lot of businesses, I would not have been able to do it on my own. And I think a lot of those not high profile, but even my son and daughter-in-law, Jeremy and Audrey, they have a great online business. They have their own podcast. These are the days and stuff like that. But they have a few people a part of their team. And I'm very appreciative of Lisa. I could not do half of what I do without her.
Well, thank
And
you.
so,
We have
yes, we
fun.
do have a career, but it's multiple things that allow us that time to do
Yes.
kind of those things.
Yes.
And we carve out time because we love doing that live.
We do. This is like
So,
so
yeah.
fun. I mean, you all here watching right now you're the community. You're our community. We love it. And if there's anything we can share with the
Yeah.
community to help people or feel better, same with you. When you share things with us, I mean, it just
Yeah.
warms our heart to hear what's going on and your thoughts and different things. So yeah, love it. Love it.
Well, I think the other thing is too is that someone said, "How far away do you live from each other?" Well, currently we live very far apart.
Mexico
Lisa is
and
in
Oregon.
Yeah, Lisa's in Cabo. I'm in Oregon. But other than that, because of traffic, oh, someone said hello from Florida. Hello, Sonia. Because of
like
traffic, we may live like an hour apart, time
an
wise.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we get together like right before I came down here. And this is just fun. I consider, I guess I'm a snowbird now, right? We come and go but our base is still in Oregon, in Portland.
Okay, I love what Rachel had said. I work full time and stay at home as a mom. No, if you have a business and you're able to stay at home because, it helps with childcare, you're just able to do that. But plus, you're kind of I think she said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Ellen. Zach and Tori do have a great podcast too, Raising Heights. Absolutely. I promote all my kids. Anyway, what did she say? She works and then stay at home mom?
And stay at home mom. And a lot of people do that. I mean, that
No,
is
but
the norm
but-
now after COVID.
Oh, someone said, hello, Michigan, go Tigers. I know my Tigers are doing great, I think. Anyway, no, if you stay at home and you have if you work from home and you also are trying to, be there for your kids and raise your kids. No, you're doing double duty, man. That is a tough one.
Yeah. And
That is a tough
but
one.
I was just talking to someone else about this. Corporate world is starting to say, okay, we're done with COVID. Everyone needs to come
Mhm.
back into the office 2 to 3 days a week, and nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
We've learned how to manage watching our kids, doing our full-time job, throwing the laundry in it, when you get up to
Mhm.
take a break, and people don't
But I
want
think,
that.
but Lisa, I think we also have to recognize, because I just saw a news article, in the news a day or two ago. Companies struggle with that. They don't mind employees working from home, depending on the business and the company and everything. The problem is, just like everything else, people take advantage of it. So they will log in and say they're online doing work, but they're off doing something else. Or they're vacationing here and they're saying they're doing work, or it's
Yeah,
it
but I
I
have
say it's a,
employees, and I just really am confident the people I hire are
but you're a small
independent.
business and you can, really zero in on that. But I think
Yeah.
larger companies, it's tough, I think, for some of them to really trust that their employees are really doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, I think the majority of people, though, are good people, and it's just a few that always, right, ruin it for the rest of them. But
Absolutely, and I hate it.
yeah, yeah,
It's those few.
yeah,
Why do we let the few destroy what's a really good thing?
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I hit my
Hey,
mic.
let's say happy birthday to
Yes.
Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Happy
Happy
birthday from
birthday to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Woohoo!
birthday, Tracy
Happy
from
birthday.
Wisconsin.
Woohoo. All right.
You did
Hi
my
from
thing. Woohoo, that's good.
Woohoo, woohoo. Yeah. So I think we've got a few questions I want to answer. Everyone's
Yes, please
asking.
do.
I know you said this, I think, on the TikTok before we started
That's
with everyone
okay.
else, but right now there are no plans for future Little People Big World episodes, correct?
That's correct. There are no future plans for more Little People Big World episodes. We just really needed to take a break, and I think Zach and Tori needed a break, which I totally
Yeah.
get. I have always supported when Jacob didn't want to do the show. Jeremy and Audrey wanted to go off and do their own thing, because to me, that is what a parent's job should be, to be able to raise your kids in whatever environment, but for them to say, I'm ready to go off and do my own thing. It's like, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I'm here to
That's why
support
you
you.
raise your kids
Yes.
to
And
be
encourage
independent
you.
thinkers.
Yeah. And do all of that stuff. So,
Yeah. Well, I love this comment. Look at this. I have to say, I've followed you from day one, and you are the most awesome, inspirational person. I'm so happy that you have found a man that loves you and adores you. Many blessings.
you know
Very
what,
cool.
Sherry? Yeah, I really appreciate that, because it's always hard when you're going through a very tough personal situation and you never think you're going to get out of it. But I think each and every day, you just have to look at that day. You have to breathe and say, yes, I can. I will get through this day. Because when you come out of that, you look back and say, I never thought I was going to get through that. How am I going to
I
get through that?
know. I
And
know.
unfortunately, some things take longer. Some things are over in a week. Some things are over in a couple of months. Some things take years to do.
Years.
And I just, I've said this before, as you well know, Lisa, and I think we both agree. You just really got to find something inside of you that really keeps you hoping and grounded, and just, it's a brand new day. And of course, for me, it's my faith. But if you don't have a faith or something like that, find something else that really keeps you focused and grounded to give you that hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do you
Absolutely.
still hang with Matt and Karen, Susan? You know, it's not like we hang out. Um, if we have a reason to talk about something or something like that, yes, we will. But it's not like we're calling each other out. Hey, what are you doing Friday? Let's get together and
Yeah.
hang out. We are divorced, but it's not like I can't carry on a conversation if I needed to with either one of them, or especially with Matt, because he's still the father of my kids.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he's still a grandfather of my kids, and I will always give him that. That is of value. However he cherishes that or uses it or whatever it may be.
So are Matt and Karen still together? Did he finish the house on the farm yet?
Well, unless you've heard something else that I don't know.
I
Yes,
haven't
they
heard any.
yeah, neither have I. They are still together. Matt and Karen are still together. And as of right now, he is renting out the farmhouse. I'm sure he's going to try and put that up for sale again. And, we'll see what happens. But, I definitely have my own thoughts on that whole thing. But,
Yeah.
he owns both property. He has the right to do what he wants to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's his gig. So,
look at this amazing life. Isn't that a kind of an interesting handle? Amazing
yes, I
life.
love it.
Amy, I have always wanted to meet you. Have you thought about doing some tours or any for all of our tour fans to meet you? Well, Lisa and I have always talked about, could we do a cruise,
I
do a meet
know.
and greet? I would give a
Yes.
speaking thing on a cruise and be with people
Well,
on
we tried that. We tried
excursion.
that.
Yeah, we
We
did.
tried that and tried to set that up. And then a hurricane came and we ended up
Oh yeah.
taking supplies to
Yes. Yeah.
Haiti instead. And on the cruise, we took the cruise, but we had Nike. They donated a bunch
Yeah.
of backpacks and
That was a number of
footwear
years ago, but yeah.
number of years ago. And we turned that into, instead of a fan appreciation party or get together, we actually stopped that and just went over to Haiti on the cruise ship and
Yeah.
brought in
And I tell you,
supplies.
logistically, that was like huge for us to figure out. I mean, Lisa, sorry, I keep hitting the mic.
That's
Lisa definitely, you know, handled a lot of that.
the
But,
logistics.
oh no, well, the logistics were huge. And I just look at it, it was by the grace of God that we were able to do what we did in a day and still get back on the ship and not say, okay, see you, cruise ship. Hopefully we'll connect on the next one. I don't know.
The captain had us for dinner the night before and we got dropped off. So let me back up. We had dinner the night before. We were going to get dropped off at Labadee in Haiti. And then a donor was bringing things in and they picked us up in Labadee and flew
Yeah.
us into Port-au-Prince.
Yeah.
And we
Oh my
did a
God. That's
whole,
right. We
you
went on
read,
this little plane.
and we were in 30-minute increments that we had. And the captain told us the night before, if you miss the ship coming back,
We cannot hold it for you.
we cannot hold it for you and we'll see you in a week. And we would have been stuck for a week in Labadee. And
Gosh.
it was just amazing. We went to an orphanage. We actually built a clean water well over at
Well,
a
we have several
site.
wells. I mean, there have
Yes.
been some hurricanes through that. So we're hoping some of those wells are still functioning,
Yeah, yeah. But we met the
But yeah.
kids. Amy read a story to them. We gave out sunglasses, Nike things to help them. And it was just an
Well, we
amazing
gave out
trip.
some books, some other supplies, and yeah,
The
no, we did
hygiene
good.
kits.
Yep.
We had a local school put together hygiene kits for us, and we took those over. And Amazon actually paid for shipping. No, FedEx, not Amazon. FedEx shipped a lot
Because
of
you had
things
a route
over.
on FedEx back
We
then.
worked with FedEx, yes, and so they donated
Yeah.
shipping over there. So it was amazing, and that was on Royal Caribbean
Yeah.
that they
Royal
donated that
Caribbean.
cruise for us to
Yeah.
get over there to do that. So that was
And a
amazing.
lot of people came on that cruise when we did that, but we had a shift because of the
Yeah.
hurricane and just other things. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So David is asking, any plans for a new TV show, maybe a series with your bike adventures with Chris as you tour the country?
You know what? Chris and I have talked about that, doing something like a tour, like a bike tour and everything. I don't think it'd be a TV show, but I think what we would do is either use my YouTube channel that I currently have. Thank you, everyone. Or we'd create another one with Chris and Amy's Adventures or Amy and Chris's Adventures, something like that. But we're not quite retired yet in the sense of allowing that kind of time. Um, Chris thinks we're going to do, which I would love to do, but I don't
What?
know if I could take the time off unless it's kind of in the summer. But do the whole US 2, which is the northern part of the state, and
Oh,
land in upper Michigan, hook on to Route 66, go down to Chicago,
on a
go through Santa
motorcycle?
Monica, and then back up.
On the
But
motorcycle?
yeah, on the motorcycle. But to do that route, we're talking that's probably at least 2 months. I would think.
Wow.
Because I'm not
Wow.
stopping in my home state for 2 days. No, thank you. No, it's
Well,
not
that
what
would
I
be
do.
fun. And we
But
also talked
so,
about with Deb when we
yeah.
were at my pool doing the pool party is maybe doing a Golden Girls remake
No,
with
but we should. We
Amy,
should
Deb, and
still do
I.
that.
Golden Girls PDX. Use that as
Yes.
your hashtag and post things there. We're Golden
Yeah,
Girls
Golden
PDX.
Girls I know. I wish we could
Yes,
put Hillsboro instead of Portland, but anyway, yeah, PDX.
PDX. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Here's yeah, there are a
No,
lot of
I think
things we could do.
but the thing is that would be a different perspective because let's be frank, people. A girls trip is a little different than a husband and wife trip. I don't know. I love the
Well,
motorcycle, but girls,
but here's the
they
dynamics,
can be
and it is
crazy.
I know, and here's the dynamics. So you're a newly married. I've been married. Next week it'll be 33 years. On the 15th of
Yeah.
October, it'll be 33 years. And then Deb's the
Wow.
single one with a boyfriend, with a
Would that not be a cool show?
boyfriend. So it's kind of similar to the old Golden Girls,
It
and the
is.
perspective that you would see from each person is so different.
Because even though Lisa, this is her second marriage, but she's been married to her second husband for like a
30,
long, long time.
32 years. It'll be 33
Yeah,
next
it
Tuesday.
speaks volumes. Of course, I got divorced. Now I'm married to Chris, and we just celebrated 3. Then
Yeah.
we have Deb, who has been single for quite some time. And so
She's married, divorced. So
I
she's
think I would be Betty. Deb would
really
probably be Blanche. Who would you be? You got to be Dorothy.
Dorothy. I'd be Dorothy. She was kind
Yeah.
of,
Oh, she's smart. She's
yeah.
witty.
I'd have to keep my blonde hair though. I can't do
Oh, of
gray.
course. No.
Dorothy.
Lisa, yeah, she would have to keep her blonde hair because she's my glam friend. Hey, listen, you know what? It is
Sparkle.
getting to 5:25, but I really want to
Oh
touch
my
upon this
gosh.
subject.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we haven't even gone there. We've just had so much
No.
fun. We've just
Yeah.
been, yeah.
Oh, a new
Okay.
version of Sex in the City. Oh, Lord, help us, please.
Why not, Amy? Why not? Don't
Oh,
be that
dear.
goody two shoes.
Oh,
Let's
listen,
do it.
that to me is for something behind closed doors. We don't talk about that. What?
Sometimes Deb
What?
does. Sometimes Deb talks about it.
Well, that is true. Deb educates me. That
Yeah.
is darn sure. And I'm like, huh, never thought of that one.
Yes.
Or
yes,
maybe I did, but never dared to, actually, go upon it.
yes.
Oh,
So
look
why?
at this. One Love.
Oh,
I love the Golden Girls since I was 7 years old. You know what? I still watch the reruns.
me
It's still
too.
a hoot.
And One Love.
You
Are
know?
you from Jamaica? Because that's their One Love.
I'm not sure
One
what Diana
heart.
is meaning. No sex in the country? What does that mean? But
I don't know, Diana. Can you explain yourself?
Diana, I'm sorry. I'm not
Oh.
reading that.
And what time is it in Cabo? It's the same time as in Oregon,
Oh,
Pacific
look at this.
Standard
Someone
Time.
said I would love to start working from home. Do you have any advice? Well,
I
it
do.
depends. Yeah, that's a loaded question on TikTok because
Oh,
you have kids. You have to designate an area where that is your office.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
you have to be disciplined to figure out what that schedule may be. And you have to understand when you're not working, if you want to do like visit friends or, do something else. It's, I think, wouldn't you say, Lisa, it takes discipline to
It
do
takes
that.
discipline, but again, if you are a flexible person, to me,
That too,
it's
it
so
takes
much
flexibility.
better.
Yes.
It's so much better if you can shift gears quickly. Like, okay, the baby's crying. I
Adaptable.
better adaptable. Hit the mute button on your meeting that you're in and go give your baby a baba. Go change the diaper. Go do whatever you need to do.
But you
It's so
also have to
doable.
stay tuned to the meeting. You have
Yeah,
to be
but it's doable.
multitask.
Well, you can keep it on speaker. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I think we have to be adaptable, and people need a work-life balance. They shouldn't just
Yeah.
be all or nothing. We have to be able to manage these. I mean, some people can do it and some people
Well, I think
can't.
what's really changing, just like
Oh, sorry.
education is changing, I think our workforce is changing. There are, and this has been going on for like, well, I would have to say probably at least 30 years or 20 years ago. We're not a 9 to 5 necessarily workforce anymore.
No,
Businesses are changing,
no.
especially with the technology that's around. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. I
What?
got to do something to TikTok here. Hang on.
Oh, oh,
Because it wanted me to say, "Are you still on? Are you still
oh.
here? Are you still
Yes,
doing
we
it?"
are. We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think we also have to, um, we're all trying to figure that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like
Oh,
this
thoughts on
question.
Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette?
What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts will be still the same as it was Bachelor and Bachelorette. I'm not exactly a fan of someone having a smorgasbord of people to date
Why
and pick
not?
and choose in that, because I don't think it's natural. It's not a, it's I don't know. It's, how can you decide on that kind of thing? It's like, I don't know. I've just never been a fan of any of it, really.
Really?
No, no.
I see the emotional part. I think it is tough to
Both
and again,
sides.
that show, I mean, I think it goes for 3 or 4 weeks, and people pick in 3 or 4 weeks. They draw it out for like so many
Yeah.
weeks, but it's only 3 or 4 weeks. So I think that is unnatural too. I
But one
agree. I
thing I
think
am
that.
glad though is that they have done a golden one, meaning giving a different perspective on that kind of relationship,
Mhm.
you know.
But
But I'm
I
not
think
a
they
fan
should
of the
vet
whole concept.
I think
No.
they need to vet the people better, because how disappointing for those other women on the first Bachelorette. I haven't, or Bachelor, Golden Bachelor. I haven't started this one yet, but
Yeah.
the first one, all these women, I think, were so sincere and really truly wanted a relationship with that guy. I can't remember his name, but it came out that after 2 months or 3 months they were together and they were engaged,
They
they
got
broke
married.
up. No, they broke up.
No, I thought they got married.
They couldn't agree on what
Oh,
city to be in. That was
yeah.
the spin on it. But that, yeah, the breakup. See, Vicky's even saying the same
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I think the
I
biggest thing
stopped
is how
watching
many
it.
relationships have really come out from that. And it's
Yeah,
just like, yeah. So,
not as
no.
many. And again, to be that competitive and cutthroat, and I mean, I like the drama because I get into some of that is just to decompress from my day at work. It's
Yeah.
better to watch something kind of mindless than, but oh, Patty said they were married. Oh, they were, you're right. You're right.
I
They
thought they
were
were
married.
married.
You're right, Raquel and Patty. You're right. I
And I don't
forgot
even
about
watch
that.
the show, Lisa, and I was
Sorry,
right.
sorry. Oh,
That's
yes,
why I
that is
watch. Oh,
true.
you know why? Because I was right. Because I get a clue on all of these shows, because my what is it? Guilt TV, or what is it?
Guilt
Or
TV.
whatever you call it. I watch Extra and Entertainment Tonight, and I get the lowdown on all of it. So,
I see. And
yes.
you're right. I remember that they got married and then they
Yes.
divorced. It was so stupid. What? Yeah, that had to
Well,
all
I
be
look
for
at it
show.
as sad because um oh, Diana said, "Okay, this is what she meant, Sex in the Country. Instead of
Yeah,
Sex in the City, how about Sex in the Country as a
because of
fun
the
show?"
farm.
Oh, yeah, that would be kinda cool. Well, I think they already have a cowboy one out there, which is, I'm sure probably kinda cool too.
Yeah,
Anyway, and so what was I talking about, Lisa? Oh
the
my god, I
Bachelor.
forgot.
One of the new season, the Golden Bachelorette, one of the bachelors was from Portland. He worked for
Oh, really?
KATU
Yeah.
News.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think he got booted off 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
I saw.
listen, we're into an hour and I really want to touch on this one
Yes.
subject.
Why are you wearing
I
green?
Yeah, I haven't really like dived into this really because I think a lot of it had to do because I had the show Little People Big World. But October, I think Little People of America claimed October as Dwarfism Awareness Month, as gosh, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 5, 8, I don't know, something like that. It's not
Hmm.
like it's been eons ago, but recent. So October is Dwarfism Awareness Month. So I just
Yay.
want to share. Lisa May asked me some questions. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, farmer takes a wife. You're right, Sharon.
Okay,
I want to
focus,
ask you
focus.
some questions. I mean, I want to give you some info in regards to Dwarfism Awareness Month. I know there's a month for everything. I know there's a day for everything. But because I am a dwarf, I really wanted to highlight Dwarfism Awareness Month.
I
So,
love
did
it.
you realize that Matt and I are two different kinds of dwarfs? We have different types of dwarfism. There are over, I just listened to someone else and she said 400. I thought there was only 200. So, right
Mm.
there, we need info clarification.
And what kind of dwarfism do you have versus what Matt has? What are the
I'll
names?
get to that in one second.
Okay, got it,
So,
got it.
there are over 200 different types of dwarfism. A lot of them are different variations. I am an achondroplasia dwarf, and that typically is the most common type of dwarfism. Matt has diastrophic. I'm not saying that's common, but it can be. Really quickly in the genetics, achondroplasia is a fluke mutation of genes from average size people. Now that I'm a dwarf, depending on who I married, depends on if we have any dwarf children. Matt is a diastrophic. He is recessive. So I needed to carry that recessive gene as well in order to have a child like having diastrophic dwarfism.
Okay.
I am the dominant gene, so that's why we have 50-50 chance. I have 3 average
Because you're a
size.
female?
Nope. I just have the dominant gene because I'm an achondroplasia dwarf. It's a
Okay.
dominant gene.
Oh,
So that's why 3 of our kids, 50-50 chance, they're average height. And then we had Zach. 50-50 chance I would have an achondroplasia dwarf child. And so with Matt, a lot of people ask, well, what are your kids? Zach is a dominant gene. It is still a shock to me, a surprise, lovely, wonderful surprise that he and Tori have 3 dwarf children because they have
because
a
it was
50.
50-50,
Yes, 50-50.
but it was
Now,
100.
all of my kids carry the recessive gene of Matt,
Oh,
but Jeremy, Audrey would also have to carry that gene. Zach, Tori would also have to carry that gene. Jacob, Isabel would also have to carry that gene, and that would be the same for Molly. So, anyway, I don't think they carry that gene for Matt's type. So, anyway, just to get that out of the way. But Dwarfism Awareness Month was just an opportunity for us as individuals to share with our community, whether it be through LPA, Little People of America organization, Dwarf Athletic Association, just
mhm.
to really kind of educate people that we may be short, but we are so much more capable than the images that you may see through television and Hollywood and stuff like that. Just because someone chooses to be an elf during Christmas time, you should not equate them as being less than. They are an individual, they are an adult, they made the choice to kind of be a part of that during the holiday season, but that's not all that they do. That's not all that they can do. They can do so much more. Our show, I'm hoping, educated people
Oh my
that,
gosh, are you kidding me?
yeah,
That was the beginning of so much. You guys put so much into that for education and again, look how many shows came after
I
that.
know. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, and you were the pioneers.
And I'm hoping that, by seeing Zach and Jeremy, you saw the differences not only between the two of them, but what Zach may have to face, what I may have faced, what Matt may have faced. We know how to drive. We have pedal extensions on our gas and brake pedals. Some of us do hand controls. Some of us are shorter than me. So imagine, okay, I'm going to get a little personal here. You're going into a restroom. There's
Oh,
no other restrooms available except the handicap. Just because it says handicap does not mean handicap fits every disability. Because if
no,
someone is shorter than me, I'm just saying it's going to be kind of difficult to get on the toilet.
I know.
So,
And we talked about this. Just because
yes.
the bathroom says handicap,
Yes.
that's not a one size fits all. Oh,
Yes.
Amy, do you want to go use the handicap?
Yeah.
Because usually the toilet is raised and it's harder, more difficult to use the
Yeah.
toilet in a handicap stall for you than it
Yes.
would be in a regular.
Now, let's talk about the sink in a restroom. Because you have a handicap stall, you have to make the sink all fit
I
for a handicap. And when they think a handicap, which is totally understandable, they think only of those individuals in a wheelchair, which are
mhm.
average height. And average height people have longer legs and longer arms. So I usually carry hand sanitizer in my purse, sometimes a little package of wipes, because the sink is so high, I cannot reach the faucet, I cannot reach the soap,
The soap,
or
yes.
yeah, or sometimes the paper towel. I'm like, huh. But did I make it a predicament? No, because a lot of times when you are having physical challenges such as that,
Mhm.
you have learned to adapt all your life. It's not suddenly I knew what it was like to be an average height person and suddenly I became a dwarf. I know nothing other than me as of right now. The
Yes.
other thing is, I'm just going to go really quick on some things.
No, I
We
love
might
it.
have to, well, we might have to do this later as a different discussion. But like, I'm currently married to an average size man, duh, as you all know. And so, but the one thing I loved about Chris, I mean, when we first went on the motorcycle ride, he thought about me being
Yes.
so short. I'm
That
like,
was that impressed me from the beginning when he
oh,
put those pegs for you to put your
pegs on the
feet on.
motorcycle bike.
Yeah.
It blew me away
That
because,
was your first ride. He had those
yes,
pegs put on.
and I never expected anyone to think about my situation. That's me, that's my job.
Yeah,
And
he
so
was
when I
all
said
over
yes
it.
to him, I already knew what it would take to ride this bike. But for him to think of that, I was just so, so amazed. And so that gave me an indication that he was aware. It's not like he was oblivious to, oh, what? Like, oh, yeah, oh, duh. No, he was
Darn, why
very
did I
aware.
ask her? Yeah, what a hassle. Or no, he was
And so our
completely
kitchen,
into it.
when we moved into this house, I'm like, okay, you're every size. I don't need everything accommodated. I'm so used to adapting. It just, it's part of my thing. So when we moved into this house, but I will say the reason we're looking for a house because we need a little more space, and I would love to have a master on the main floor so I don't have
Mhm.
to go up and down the stairs for every little thing. Anyway, so when we moved into this house, he's like, "Well, Amy, we'll lower everything in the kitchen because that's your space." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. We don't need to do that because you're part of this household too, Chris. I don't
Right,
want
right.
this everything adapted for me." But we did adapt well, some of you guys can see it, but my island right over there, we lowered the island like a table height, and that's where I do all the cooking videos and stuff like that.
And it's perfect.
Oh, no, it's absolutely perfect. But I also explain to people, if you think it's all messy and crowded right here, well, the island may be adaptable for me, but when I do the cooking video, it's not like I got the arm length to use so much of the island in the cooking videos. So I have to have, everything here. So,
Yes, yes. This is
um,
a great question.
yeah.
With Jeremy being average height and Zach being a dwarf, is that pretty rare for twins?
I can't say if it is rare. I have not heard. Oh, have I? I do know other little people that have carried twins, but both of them were little
Mm.
people. So that obviously should tell you that Jeremy and Zachary are not identical. They're fraternal twins. So whatever, that whole genetic thing, Jeremy happened to be average size and Zach, be a
I
little
think it
person.
is. I think it is though pretty rare.
It probably is, but like me, unless I really know my facts, I don't want to say an absolute on that.
Hmm.
But what's another thing? Oh, another thing is that I don't like crowded spaces.
Oh,
For me, they're like uncomfortable. I get like not freaked out, but I just get
uh,
very alert, very like focused. I get very how should I say? I'm just like, follow me. I know where I'm going. Just follow
well,
me. I need
I'll give
to.
you an example.
Well, I'll give
So,
you another example, but you go.
okay, so Amy and I went to the premiere a few years back of Beauty and the Beast. We were
Loved
invited for
it.
that. Had a friend that was one of the producers.
Thank you, Jack Morrissey.
Yes, yes, and Bob, Bill Condon, Bill
Yeah,
Condon.
Bill Condon.
Anyway, and we were in the big tent with the premiere, the red carpet,
Yeah,
everything was going on, and it was really packed, like
I was
packed with
freaked
people,
out.
steamy, just close. Well,
And then the whole
Amy,
premiere thing too. It's like,
but
oh,
Amy just started walking all over, and I'm like, "Hey, where are you going?" And she wouldn't talk to me, and she just kept walking and walking, and I started chasing her. I thought, "Are you
because I
mad at
assumed she
me?
would follow
What
me.
are you?" Yeah, but I was like, "What's going
Yeah.
on? You're not talking to me. Are you upset? What's happening?" Well, you tell me later that the first thing is when you're in a room with crowded people, your eyes are on everybody's
Belly
waist,
button.
belly button. And so all you can see is belly button. I could see that if I walk over this way, the bar is over here. If I walk over this way, I could see where dancers were dancing. You couldn't see any of that. All you could see were belly buttons and other
And the
things.
other thing is too, the noise level is loud. Everyone's talking, everyone's doing all of this stuff. And so to me, it's like I don't have control. I
Yeah, it
don't
was
know
like a
what to
panic.
do.
It was a panic.
Yeah.
And again, as a friend, I felt horrible afterwards because I thought, why is she doing this?
I know.
What's
Why is she
wrong with
being
her?
so rude to me?
Why are you just taking off? And but you were
Yeah.
trying to manage
Yeah.
your own mental state of
Yeah.
what was going on. And
Yeah.
can I get out of here? Everything's around me. I don't know where the exit is. All I'm
Yeah.
seeing are belly. I mean, I am so sorry. And again, that's
Well,
your
it's not a
reality.
matter about being sorry. It's a matter about
Well, just how I
um
handled.
I should have communicated enough because that to me is what Dwarfism Awareness Month is to help people to like just to try and see it through our eyes and our shoes and our feet where we walk. And because a lot of people back in the day when the ADA came out, oh, why do we need that? Blah, blah, blah. Again, I think it was a good law, but there's so many people that take advantage of it
Yes.
unnecessarily, wrongfully, which
Mhm.
kind of hurts the ADA for those people that really benefit from it. Because
Yes.
to me, it's like any individual who has a disability should have the same access and opportunity to at least be part of the conversation, to have the opportunity to at least try to get a job and so forth like that. A lot, again, there'll be a few, there's always a few, but a lot of times someone with a disability knows what they need to accomplish that job. And it's always not a major thing that a company has to do. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But
Mhm.
I tell you, you
Mhm.
will get so much more dedication, sincerity, honesty, because that individual knows how hard it is to get that job and to have someone say, I'll give you a try. It's
Yep.
huge, huge.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
in today's day with the technology, even though technology has helped, um, I think a lot in the disability community. I'll give you another personal example about space and crowdedness. Molly and I went to a concert. It was a Christian concert. She was going with her friends and their moms. And so I said, yeah, I'll go, blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't quite understand where the tickets were. So the tickets were on the ground floor. Now, picture this, they're on the ground floor. So if they're on the ground floor, there's no height differential. So if everyone stands up, oh, yeah, we're having a great time,
Yeah. And
and
you're
stuff
like,
like that. I'm like, okay, I can see nothing. The chairs are crowded. I'm surrounded just by people. I just can't, like,
right.
how can I
Right.
be a part of it and get into it?
Yeah.
So I asked Molly, I said, Molly, I saw some seats open. So here's the ground floor and then the aisleway and then how the bleachers, slowly go up. So I said, Molly, I said, would it be okay? Um, I'll be right there. Would it be okay? Would you be okay if I went up there? I can still see you. I can still see the concert. It was so much better for me. But she said, yeah, it was okay. But I knew she was kind of uncertain about it.
Mhm.
And so,
Mhm.
but when I went up there, I kept my focus on her for so long.
But
And
you could
she looked up at me and I said, I'm here for you, girl. Your
oh,
mom is here for you.
oh,
But
oh.
so, and it enabled me to experience differently, but still the same what she was experiencing. So on our
Yeah.
ride home, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? Yeah, I love that song or whatever it was. But
I love
I,
it. I love it.
and so we can do most anything. We just, like we've always said on our show, we just do it differently.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
like in fact, recently, I forgot to take a stool with me to substitute teach, which I normally do. Thank you for that. As Dr. Mayo Angelo said, when you know better, you do better. Yeah.
I love it.
Um, I forgot to take a stool to substitute teaching. I usually take a little step stool because there might be a cupboard I need to get into or post something on a whiteboard, whatever it may be. I was so mad at myself because I forgot.
Oh,
Anyway, but I said, you know what? I'm teaching fifth graders, sixth graders. Be part of the solution. So I said, I picked two people. I said, well, um, I might have to pick the two tallest people in this class because I
to help.
forgot my stool, because I did a poster thing and we were doing a math problem or something like that. And I picked two people. I said, can you help me, post it? Oh, yeah, they were all glad. But I think when you have a teaching moment like that,
Yeah.
most people are willing to help. But I think if they choose not to help, it could be uncomfortability. It could be it was an inconvenience for them, just the timing, just whatever wasn't right. But I
Mhm.
also think as ownership on us, we can't get so shook up
No.
when it doesn't work every single time that something is not accommodating for us. We
Right.
do
Right.
have to help. We do have to be part. Just like I say, parents, you got to be a partner with your teacher. It is not the
Yes.
teacher's sole job.
Right.
You have to be a
Right.
partner not only with the school, but at home too.
Yeah.
And it's just like those with the disability. It's like, yes, do you sound like a broken record half the time? Yeah, you may. You absolutely may. But I think it's better to have people go away with a better feeling or some information
Yes, to be more
than,
educated and they can make it, like you
yeah.
said, when you know better, you'll do better. When you know more, you'll do better.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
someone's
do
asking,
elevators bother you, Amy? Oh, you bet they do. I'll give you, I know we're kind of like really running over time. Another thing is, yes, elevators do. I always stand right by the controls. If someone's up by the controls, I'm at the other side of the door, like right by the door. Not because I want to run out of the elevator real quick, but if you're in the back, if you're in the middle, I'm like, ew,
Yeah.
ew, you're just
Yeah.
too close to
Too
me.
tight. Too tight. And
It's
again,
too,
you're looking at
well, I
belly
also got to
buttons
breathe.
or the behind
Oh my
side.
God, no.
Yeah.
I'm not
This is a
talking. Ooh,
great one
all the
from
butts, please.
Cree.
I could name every brand that pants people are wearing. Who knows? But
Listen, people, this is real. And we
it
don't
is
think about
real.
these things. We don't think about these things as an
Yeah.
average height person. You do not. So this
And
is
it
a
may seem
great
simple for
education.
you, but every time I walk outside, I've mentioned this before in the show and everything, even with my kids as being a mom and everything. When I walk outside my front door, I'm like, have I prepared myself the best to be adaptable and adjust to whatever situation may come up? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I like to walk outside my front door knowing that there'll be situations that come up, but I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm kind of tired of doing this because people, I am 62, and so
Woohoo.
I went grocery shopping. I'm like, crumb. Yeah, it's all the way up there. Do I really want to search for a store employee to help me? And there's no one down the aisle. And sometimes I get a little impatient.
You
So
do. And
I do. Well, go on, Lisa. What?
yeah, you'll walk away and not make
Oh,
something because you can't reach something on the shelf. You're like,
two
forget
things I'll
it.
do. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially now when I don't have my kids and they can't go in the cart and reach it up for me like I did with Jeremy, because I had Zach and Jeremy like in the cart. I said, Jeremy, just stand up and get that for mom, okay? He
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
so cool,
Yes.
standing up in the cart. But nowadays, I'm like, man, can I do it? Can I do it? Will the shelf hold me? So I wanted to get some cottage cheese. And of course, it's on the top shelf. I
Ah,
hate it when a grocery store rearranges their shelf. I said, I had my route planned. I know the grocery store. I know what I'm doing. Like, why did you change it up on me?
yeah. Oh, they always
So
do.
so I grab a hold of that shelf and I lift my leg up, climb on this to get the cottage cheese down, and then okay, do it. And of course, there's several people that come down the aisle and they're probably like freaking out.
Ah.
And I'm like, oh brothers. It cracks me up when like one of the stores by us, they leave like the store stool out.
Oh.
Oh, and I love it when I see one of those and I have
Oh.
something from the top shelf, so I'll drag it around here, and right when I step on it, okay, now the store employee shows up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait a minute, you can't do
We'll
that.
get
I'll
it.
do that.
No, I'm doing it.
But I get it because obviously it's a huge liability for them.
Yeah. If you
But I'm like,
fell
"Oh,
off.
bless your heart," but you know how many times I've used the stool in my entire life, like every day. Anyway,
Yeah.
so,
And someone
there's just
said
yes.
use those grippers, but they don't hold very well. When you try to grab stuff,
Yeah,
some things they work with small, but if you're trying to get a big jar of like
yeah.
pickles or something,
It
no
can't handle
way.
the weight. Yeah,
No,
I can't
no.
handle the weight all the time. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
So,
Dwarfism Awareness Month is just about sharing, and maybe I'll do it some more a little bit later on in the month. It's just sharing some things that not to have sympathy. Don't think of it like that. Not to have sympathy or anything like that, but it's really about to help people to understand
mhm.
that if it looks different and it looks awkward, it doesn't feel different or awkward to us because we've been doing that all of our life. And if we always waited for something to be exactly accommodating for us, oh my Lord,
Yes.
we would not be, so many little people would not be where they are at today. And I tell you, we have mechanics, we have plumbers, we have people know how to, maybe not a commercial plane yet, but I
Yeah.
know people who are pilots, like a smaller plane, doctors, accountants, lawyers, advocates, teachers,
Yes.
um, just so many things
Oh,
that,
s- someone asked, would you be offended if someone offered to help you get something off the shelf?
no, no. I will say that wasn't so easy and quickly for me to say no. Um, I ask for help a lot more over the years,
Mm-hmm.
because I think a lot of, I'm not saying for every dwarf, but I think for a lot of people with dwarfism, we're very independent. We often are very, very stubborn, because the minute
You think?
this even goes for average size people though too, because the minute you ask for help, you assume, and that might be unfair for us to make that assumption, that people look at you now as less than,
Less than,
because you had
right.
to ask for help for what they consider a very basic, simple thing. So
Right,
if you had
right.
to ask for help for a very basic, simple thing, what else can't you do that someone else needs to be with you or something like that? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about every disability underneath the planet. I'm just talking about Dwarfism
Mm-hmm.
Awareness Month. And, we have children that are on IEPs. The reason they're on IEPs is not because they don't have the intelligence to be in school or anything like that, but they may need a stool. They may need a special chair to help them
Yeah.
sit at their desk more appropriately and, stuff like that.
Well,
I
I like,
remember, go
oh, go
on.
ahead.
No, go
No,
on.
just Vicky saying she's almost 6 feet tall and always asks short people if they need help when needed.
Yeah,
That's great because there's a
yeah,
lot of things. I'm 5'2". I can't reach stuff on the top
yeah,
shelf either. And
yeah,
so it's very kind when people just recognize and want to help no matter who you are, right? No matter
yeah,
what.
yeah. And the other thing I wanted to dispel too is that it's not like every dwarf person hates Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I know there's been some language and stuff like that. I always contend, well, why can't we make the seven dwarfs more entrepreneurial? Meaning they're miners, they're workers, they're getting
Yeah.
gold, they're getting all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's not like they're doing nothing. They just happen to come upon Snow White.
Wow.
Um, the other thing is, boy, there was another thought that went through my mind and I kind of forgot.
Well,
Anyway, I
well,
forgot.
I wondered, there was a nice comment on here about John Venturino Jr. Did you
Yes,
go to
John, I
school
grew up with him. Yes.
with his dad? It said Amy did go to school with my dad. So this is Junior,
Oh,
John Venturino Jr.
well,
So
John, I didn't go to school with your dad.
it says, I promise I'm not spam. Amy
No,
did go
John.
to school with
Oh,
my
you know
dad.
what? Okay, this is it. John Venturino, I know. So he must have named his son John
Junior
Venturino Jr. Okay, I get it now.
at
Yes, we lived
Franklin
on
High
Gary.
School.
Yeah, we lived on Gary Street. Yeah. Yeah, went to high school with
Awesome.
him in
I just wanted to
Franklin.
recognize that.
Yep.
I think he was hoping that people didn't think he was spam. So
Okay,
awesome.
the other thing I want to mention too, and this happens with little people, I think sometimes, maybe not so much now, but it did, and other people with disabilities. If you offer help and they say no, please don't take offense to that as you not doing a good thing, or they're just like angry or, mean or doing whatever. Um, because your help is definitely needed. And so do it again and again the next time you see someone else or something like that. But I think yeah, just don't, because you don't know what's going on in their day. And
Right.
like I
In
said,
anybody's day.
yeah. And I think we have a tendency to be doing our best to be very independent and
Hmm.
sometimes very stubborn. And sometimes that's to our detriment, but sometimes that's to our benefit. So if someone does say
Yeah.
no, or they came across to you as being angry or whatever, they may not have been. But I think sometimes people with disabilities, if they don't come across as strong, it's human nature. So many
Hmm.
of us will
Hmm.
look at them as being weak. Like
Yeah.
one of the things that I often get told, I speak too loud, which I got these ear things in, so I probably am. I don't even know. I hate these things. But anyway, some people say, "Oh, you speak too loud." But you have to understand from my viewpoint, I'm
Yes.
down here, you
Yes.
guys are out here.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to be a scientist because sound travels wherever. Well, my sound travels here. But if your ears are up here, you don't really hear me.
And you don't
And
hear me if I'm talking
correct.
across to somebody
Yes.
and you're down here. And I had to become very aware of that as well, that we're having this conversation, but I need to be talking to you. And
Yeah.
so you can hear my voice, because if we're doing this with
Yeah.
somebody else and you're here, you're not hearing what's going on.
But if we're sitting down, I don't have
good.
to talk as loud because sitting
Yes.
down, my face is with your face.
Yeah.
But the other thing is too, but if I don't talk loud, you don't recognize I can't be a part of the conversation, or you can't have me join your conversation. But as I understand though, as well, for an average sized person to look down, that's not as natural
It's
that they're
not.
speaking to an adult.
Right. Right.
Their instincts will say, okay, this person is younger than I am. This person is a child. This person is whatever it may be. And that's why I think sometimes if you saw in the show, when you're talking to someone and when they kneel down to talk to you. No, it is not. Sometimes I will admit, sometimes it does feel uncomfortable to me, depending on the situation. And I think the only reason it is uncomfortable to me when people kneel down to talk to me is because I'm not used to that environment. I'm not used to people doing that. But then
But it's okay. You're not
yes,
upset with it. It's okay.
I take, okay, yeah, okay. Because my immediate thought is, okay, do you know what you just made for yourself? Everyone is looking at you, and they're looking at you talking to me. But that's still a hard thing for me sometimes, so I have to get over that. But
Yeah.
so no, it's not offensive, and in fact, I appreciate it. But I often tell people, it's so funny, people who are just a little bit taller than me, like 5, Lisa, you do it. And they'll like get down to
In,
face level, and I'm
lean
like,
in.
yeah, lean in, and like it's okay. You can stand up. I mean, you're taller than me, but
But I'm
it's
just
like,
used to I wanted the
yeah,
closeness. I don't
yeah,
want to feel here
yeah,
and you there. When I lean in, I'm doing it because I want to
yeah,
be close to you, not
yeah.
we're
But
here
I
and here.
often feel like,
But you're
okay,
like,
don't feel like you have to do that,
I don't ever feel that. I just want to have that
Yeah.
closeness. But
So when
yeah, that's
people
fun.
look down to other individuals, their instincts will, and their mind has to be quick to say, no, I'm talking to an adult. If you ever saw it on our show and you saw Zachary stand a little bit farther apart when he's talking to a friend or to another adult, it's not like he's wanting to create that distance, but often little people don't want to be this close. And here's the person's head, but our heads got to tilt up like this. Believe me, our
Yeah.
neck gets tired.
But when you're that close. And
Yeah.
I love this. It's the eye contact. You
Yeah.
totally nailed it, Diana. I
Yeah.
want the eye contact because we're we're
Because you're
hanging
also
out. We're
not that much taller. I mean, you are taller
Yeah,
than me,
but not
obviously.
but not not that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And so having that eye contact, that is, where
Yeah.
souls meet, and that's
Yeah.
how you're
Yeah.
seeing somebody. Or anyway, that's just
So anyway, you guys feel free to, on this live, I don't know where it's going, if it'll show up on my Instagram or Facebook. I'll try and get to
yes.
it. But if you guys have any other questions in regards to dwarfism, or what I think about if people did this or don't do this or whatever it may be, I mean, I could really, I'll give you more examples of things that have happened in my life. And I'm like, man, as old as I am I still dealing with this? Really? Really? Like, have we
Yeah.
not come far enough to have people just be automatically more accommodating? And I'm talking more businesses and sometimes other individuals. But, sometimes individuals just don't get it. And man, I just want to shake them and say, get a grip on life. But if
Yeah.
they don't know and they're innocent about it, I just have to learn to let that go. But unfortunately, the memory still stays with me, though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, we're
Anyway,
all here to love each
yep.
other, be understanding of each other. That's the best
Can
thing
I
we
just
can
give one
do.
more example because it's on my mind?
Yes, you're missing
You
your
guys,
bunko. Just so you know, you're
it's
missing
okay.
bunko.
Really quick, I want to give you this one example. This probably happened 10 years ago or something. I was traveling by myself on an airlines and everything. And I usually have a carry-on bag because there's some things that I need on a carry-on bag that if it got lost, I would be in dire straits. Anyway, so I had a carry-on bag and on an airline, like I'm saying, this is like years ago, but the memory is still with me. And the reason the memory is still with me is because if that ever happened to me again, I'm hoping I have a better response or how do I deal with it? So I asked this flight attendant hey, can you lift my bag up? I can lift up the bag. I just don't have the height and the arms to get it in the
To get in.
overhead.
Right.
And she goes, no, I can't do that. I stood there in the aisle thinking, what?
Now what? Now
No,
what?
I was thinking like, what? Every other flight attendant that I've ever asked just did it. But this flight attendant said, "No, I can't do that. It's part of the rules or something like that. You'll have to get someone else." And I thought for a moment. I thought, "Okay, if I asked another passenger and that passenger got injured lifting my bag, well, airline, you would have a whole lot bigger problem here than having one of your workers help me." And then I was pissed. Oh, I was so
Yeah.
mad.
How embarrassing.
And that little stubborn, independent Amy here.
Did you climb up the seat?
Oh, God, yeah. I was pissed. So I climbed on the seat. I
Good for you.
climbed on the handlebars because that response was so, to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Guess who came out? A pilot who happened to be a male. Oh, I'll help you. I looked at
Oh.
him because that
Oh.
Knight is my maiden name. That Knight in me. I looked at him. I said, no, I've got this. I lifted up this suitcase and I used both my hands and I
Slam it
put it in
in.
the bin because I was pissed. But it made me think,
Oh.
why did this flight attendant not take a very, very simple thing to do that for me? Another flight attendant came to me and she goes, hey, I'm so sorry that happened, but I think, and I'm thinking, well, why didn't you come to my rescue?
Right.
I think it is it may not be right now. Like I said, this happened a while ago. It may not be part of it right now, but I thought I should not have to depend on another passenger who may say no and not capable of picking up my bag to put it up there.
Right.
It was part, I think, of the flight attendant's contract, union, who knows what.
So they did get
They can't
hurt.
do it. Maybe the
Right.
pilot offered it, but the gate person is the one that's got to go from the gate, walk through the runway, onto the plane to help me it. I'm like, this is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys, I just had to share that to you. So
Good for you, Amy. Good
sometimes
for
the
you.
basic things. Now, I would never do that now. I would ask the passenger because I'm like, to me, I'm like, make it happen. This is simple. I'm not asking anything too complicated.
Well, coming
Just,
here, I had somebody
oh,
ask me if I needed help unloading. I mean, my
yeah,
husband's right next to me, and he just said, "Hey, do you need help unloading
yeah,
your overhead?" Just he was tall and almost
yeah.
like that's just what he does. That's just what he
But I
does.
think
He's
what people
a decent
naturally should want
person.
to do. And if someone says, no, thank you, I've got this, be okay with that. But
Yeah.
when that happened so many years ago,
Ugh, that's just
I
disgusting
hang on to that memory. Why? I have no idea. But
because
I
it
think
was
I hang on to it.
traumatizing.
But I think I hang on to it knowing I have to be ready if this ever were to happen to me again. And
Mhm.
how do I handle that? Well, like, how do I fix it? So anyway, let's
Yeah.
go on.
Okay, here's one last question, I think, and then we'll need to give
Okay, yeah.
our contest.
Yes.
Yeah, our code for our contest. Are your grandkids having a better adjustment to the height difference than when you were a kid?
Okay, my grandkids. So you must be talking to my grandkids. You must be talking about my grandkids that are little people.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not around them every day, so I'm not sure. I think as kids, it's a little more easier. I would like to see as they get older, but they will probably face their own perception and confidence about who they are and about themselves and how their friends are reacting to them, and maybe sports, maybe not being able to play competitive sports how they would want to, just like Zachary, and things like that. So I have every faith and trust that the combination of Zach and Tori together as parents will do all that they can to help their kids be like, not that, oh, well, this is life, but say, okay, if this is happening, what do you want to do? Like, here are some options, here are some ideas, and helping them to be part of working it through with them.
Well, your parents didn't have the experience that
No,
Zach has as a father.
no,
So right there, the kids have a
yeah.
lot more of an advantage to know how things work and, what are some
But just
things that you
because
can do to adapt.
because their dad, Zachary, is a little person, does not mean suddenly my 3 grandkids' lives are going to be easier.
No, but
However,
he knows some workarounds for things that I think would help ease their
they have
way.
an advocate. They have someone that they can vent to. They can have someone that they can share with, and stuff like that. And like you said, Lisa, have a father and a mother too. I don't want to forget Tori. Tori has valuable info and resources and perceptions as to how she can help her kids as well
Mhm.
to make some of those adjustments. But I think the biggest thing is not painting a picture that's all rainbows and fluffy clouds and
No,
color,
no, no.
but giving them a reality as it's okay if it doesn't work out. You may have to try several times to keep, helping people to see that you are more than capable of doing that. Is it frustrating? Yes. Is it disappointing sometimes? Absolutely. But like I've always said, but if you desire it and have a passion and just
Mm.
keep chipping away at it, it will happen.
I love this comment from Janelle, not just an advocate, but someone who also understands because they've been through it, like you
Yeah.
and Matt were for
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true.
And in many
Yeah.
different ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys, we ran over. I could go on forever, but I just
It was
wanted you to be
deep.
aware if you
It
do
was a
follow
deep
anyone else.
conversation. I loved it.
Dwarf Awareness Month is all of October. We represent the color green, so
All
that's why I
right.
wore green.
And how can we, if people are interested
Oh
in
yeah,
donating to any of the good organizations
yeah,
out there, which ones do you mention? And if
yeah.
anyone wants to donate, it has nothing to do with us, but because
No,
of our
no,
platform here, if you want to support the
yeah.
organizations, these are great, great to do.
Okay, we spoke a lot about this in the past because we raised money for it. But Dwarf Athletic Association of America, DAAA.org. Huge organization. Not a huge, it's not big, believe me. But it's a big
A
organization. And
mighty organization.
yeah, and to learn more about it, it benefited me when it first began. I was a part of it when it first began in 1985. Zachary has benefited from it, and now his kids are benefiting from it. So to me, it's a very, very valuable organization to just help with that individual growth and confidence
Mhm.
and all of that stuff through sports. Little People
Absolutely.
of America is lpaonline.org.
There's the
If I
QR
were to
code for
choose
that.
different programs through that organization, I'm a big fan of their educational scholarships. Education is huge to me. The Kitchen's Fun, and that is helping families and individuals attend their first national conference, or to anything that deals with medical, because sometimes little people do go through a lot of medical issues, and that just helps to maybe give some scholarships or funding towards their medical expenses. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. Well,
yeah.
thank you, Amy, for sharing all that. I know sometimes it's not the easiest thing to talk about, and sometimes you're
Oh, I
not
could
even
share so
aware
many other
until,
stories, but yeah,
yeah, yeah. And we'll do it again.
yeah,
Vicky, thank you. Vicky Newton Wood, I enjoyed your live tonight. We enjoyed everyone being here. And I don't leave
Absolutely.
yet, because we have a
Yes.
code.
Sorry, we're running late, you
We're
guys.
running late, but this was definitely a good way to run late. So
Yeah.
anyone, if you want to
If
sign
you're
up
still
to,
on,
if you're still on, you want to enter to win the cookbook, type in the word Amy's cookbook in the chat here. And that's for everybody. We'll pick one winner. We'll pick either a winner from TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We'll pick one winner total. And once we put in Amy's cookbook, we'll announce the winner here shortly. And this is for her current cookbook, which is current on Amazon. And we can also put in the put up
can I share one thing?
Yes, do
We
it.
appreciate everyone listening to on Spotify and all of those other podcasts. We don't have the ability to do that, but you can definitely find the cookbook on Amazon. It's Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen Cookbook, Eat, Love, Gather. But for
Yes.
you guys that are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, we're doing a giveaway.
Yeah. And Morgan, thanks. She said she's made many recipes from your
Oh,
cookbook.
thank
So
you.
that's amazing. Look at all the fun people.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, you guys. You guys will like this cookbook too. It's got some really fabulous recipes, and there's definitely a few in there that you can enjoy during the fall and holiday seasons as well.
Lots of soups, like you said, and
Yeah,
it's
there's a few
exciting.
more soups. There's a soup recipes in this cookbook. There's the molasses cookies, my chocolate cake, and some really good roast recipes. And yeah,
This is in volume
stuff.
2. Volume 2,
No,
right? Oh, in volume 1.
no,
you're
volume
talking.
one, the one that
Oh,
we're
yeah,
giving
yeah. You're
away.
talking. Yeah, sorry. I
Oh my
lost it for a minute.
gosh.
I'm seeing Amy's cookbook. Amy's cookbook.
Lisa
Amy's
doesn't know that I know my recipes.
Well, I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
I will get
awesome.
back to making more on my videos, you guys. Some of you guys have really been asking, so I
Yes.
apologize. Summer was crazy and just, whatever.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get back to that, Amy. Everyone wants your cooking show back.
I know. I got to do that. So yeah, Amy's cookbook. So thank you guys. Maybe Naveed could put up the cover example of what they'll be winning. I don't know.
Yeah. And the QR code,
Yeah.
if you could. And then if anyone doesn't win, then you can actually purchase it right here with the QR code.
Yeah, this is the current cookbook that's out right now. Love it. You got the cheesecake. You got my version of a chicken parmesan. Yeah, chicken parmesan. I've got this Bloody Mary salad, which is fabulous.
That's so good.
Love
I
it.
got to test most of these recipes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I was the lucky one.
I got to put my good friend through it all,
Yes, I loved it. So good.
So yeah.
Oh,
But you guys, thank you again for joining us. Sorry we went overboard. I guess because we waited too long in between,
it was a great
lives.
conversation, Amy.
Yeah.
It was so well needed. I mean, and plus, just think, instead of an hour and a half every month, we did 2 hours in 2 months, because we had a lot to catch up on.
Oh Lord. But the other thing I want to really give a shout out to is that is truly the reason why Matt and I did Little People Big World. He definitely was the instigator of getting, making this program, oh yeah, we got to do a reality show. And I'm like, why?
I know you were not interested.
Oh, I was not into it. No, I was not for it at all. But, after we did the couple of pilots in the first season, I mean, I'm not saying it was always easy doing the show, but I also understood that we really had a platform and a purpose, in the early years of why we were doing this show. We wanted to show, I guess, some normalcy to people that look different, or people that perceive that we couldn't do a whole heck of a lot, and that we could accomplish so much more and change some of the perceptions that people may have had of those individuals with dwarfism. Because like I said, we come in all different shapes and sizes. Not every little person looks like me. Not every diastrophic looks like Matt. We come in all different shapes and sizes. And isn't that how the good Lord made it?
Isn't
we
that
come
with
in all
everybody?
different colors.
Everybody.
Yes, colors and shapes and everything.
My biggest thing when I first met you, because I hadn't watched the show and we were introduced for doing a fundraiser
That's what
together.
they
I
all
was,
say. No,
yeah, no, I had no, well, I will say this. My son
I
actually
get it. Yeah.
was on, he was on doing Matt's Red Bug. He
Yeah.
did the stereo system in there and he said, hey, I think I might be on the show. And I'm like, oh, but then I never watched it.
Yeah.
I watched him, but nothing.
Because we're too
So
busy.
well, yeah, and so then when I met you, the phrase I love the most is "we have more in common than not,"
Yeah.
and that really resonated with me. It's like, of course we do. That we're just
Yeah.
people, and just because you're in a shorter stature, I'm different. Everything. It's just people. We're just people.
Well, it applies to everything too.
Yes.
Culturally, economically, disability, race, religion. Now, obviously, there's some distinctions in there. You're not always going to be like best friends with
Well,
someone that's a total opposite or a totally different faith or maybe a different culture or something like that. But it doesn't mean that you can't understand, you can't
yes.
relate,
Yes.
or have some empathy,
Empathy. Someone had posted
understanding,
that earlier.
you know?
Empathy is the key.
Yeah.
Empathy and just being interested. Learn about your neighbors. Learn about the people that are around you
Yeah.
that are different. Don't be afraid of people who are different. Go out there and learn and
Mhm.
see. And again, you'll always find you have more in common than not.
Because
I
the one thing that I tell
truly feel that.
some of the older students, that I substitute for is that I believe it. All of those kids don't need to be friends with everyone in that classroom because that's an impossibility.
Right, right.
However, you may not like everyone either. However, you still need to be kind. You still need to be respectful, and you
Mhm.
still need to give them the same opportunity that you want that they should
They're
also get
lucky to
as
have you
well.
as a teacher to teach that.
Oh,
So,
listen,
all right.
got to
Well,
give them a dose of reality.
I know, I know. Okay, we have our winner. Naveed,
Okay.
would you like to post who our winner is for tonight?
Oh, Lovebug
No.
53.
Okay, Lovebug
I
53.
think we read a comment from her
Congratulations.
or him
Yes,
or whoever.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Them.
Facebook, Lovebug 53, right? Facebook?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lovebug53, please email me and we'll put it up here on the screen. Oh, sorry, it was YouTube. Lovebug53 is from YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and email me and we'll put the email up here. It would be arlittlekitchen@gmail.com.
Okay, we
And
got YouTube, Lovebug 53 YouTube. What's next?
congratulations.
Yes.
Go ahead and email me at arlittlekitchen@gmail.com. You are the winner of Amy's cookbook. And please send me your address so we can order the cookbook and get it shipped out to you right away. So, Amy,
Well,
it's
wait a
all,
minute. Where's IG? Where's Instagram? Where's
we're
Facebook?
doing one cookbook tonight, Amy. Thanks.
Oh. Well, I was not listening very well. I am so sorry, people. So one
Yeah.
cookbook. Okay.
Yep.
So
And
this
it's
was from
going to,
YouTube, Lovebug53. Well, congratulations. I think you guys won't regret if you choose to, purchase this cookbook, my current one, on Amazon. I think it makes for a great gift. Anywhere from newlyweds learning how to cook, someone that's an avid cook and home cook, whatever. I think it's a great cookbook. So nothing
yes.
complicated.
Yes. All comfort food, family. Someone would say they loved, all the things they did for kids, having their
Yeah.
kids and doing that. So, all right. So I think we're in our closing stage. It is
We are.
6:25. We've been on for 2 hours. I
I
think
know,
this
you
is one of
guys.
the longest.
Thank you so much for hanging
Thank
in
you.
there. Yeah, thank you for hanging in there with us, you guys. Sorry it went so over
Fast.
over time, but
It went
I
fast.
I hope it was good. So
Yes, yes. So thanks again, and look for Amy's second cookbook coming out. We'll have to do another live here, maybe in another few weeks, maybe,
Yeah,
or
I think so.
couple of weeks. I mean, because I just love doing
Maybe
this,
we'll
and I
do it
know
the
you do
day.
too.
Maybe we'll get a little spooky and do it the day before Halloween. Ooh. No, I don't know. Or maybe we'll
Ooh,
do it November 1st, for November
Thanksgiving,
1st is a Thursday.
kicking off the holidays.
Kicking off the holidays, but kicking off a month that hopefully we just look at it as a month of having gratitude and thankfulness.
Yeah, oh, I love that too. Well, we'll
yeah.
figure it out and let you
Yeah.
all know. Thank you again for everything.
Thank you guys.
Yes, and again, thoughts and prayers going out to
Yes.
those going through Hurricane Milton and Helene.
Yep.
And we are thinking about you. And remember to be kind, think kind, and stay kind.
And also remember that you are an MVP, meaning you matter, have value, and a purpose. And so does everyone else around you.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's how we
All
close
right,
our thing.
friends.
Thank
We
you
love you.
guys.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
watching.
TikTok, IG, Facebook, Instagram, and all of the
YouTube.
other podcasts.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Happy to have you, and we'll see you again soon. Have a
Till
wonderful
next
rest of your
time.
week.